So I will be streaming live, guys, on Twitch if you want to come by and say hello. Once this video is released, I should be streaming for a couple of hours, some Road to Survival, just doing some raiding, that sort of thing. But if you want to come and say hello, drop by Twitch. Link will be in the top of the description or the top comment. Otherwise, enjoy the video, guys. Hello, survivors, and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video. In this video, we're going to be going over the most recent beta update. Yes, that's right. I did pronounce it in beta, because that's how we pronounce it in England. It's pretty much how they pronounced it in ancient Greek as well, as a beta. But anyway, the next update obviously comes with some visual upgrades to S-Class characters. We have got some news on double chances for S-Class recruits, as well as some region transfer information. So first up, we're going to have the S-Class visual upgrades. Now I'm going to show you how it looks in game, but we're going to read over the announcement post first. I do post a lot of this stuff on my community tab, but this is going to be just a roundup of a lot of the things that are dropping around this update. S-Class characters are a class apart, pun intended, so we wanted to make sure that is more obvious in our game. To add a little more pizzazz and make S-Class characters stand out more against their 6-star counterparts, we'll be introducing some new visual upgrades in our next update. S-Class Badges will show on characters in wheels and teams. When previewing the contents of a wheel, the S-Class badge will be clearly visible beside the character to help them stand out more. We'll also be adding in to the new team list view to help you instantly identify them. This is great for team building, because if you have an S-Class character in the team builds, especially for my Discord, it's hard to know which character is S-Class, and if there is a 6-star version of that character, that's not going to be an issue anymore. You'll also be able to see the purple stars, but it will also have an S-Class icon as well. The next part says S-Class characters will have a purple aura. Currently, they shared an orange aura with the 6-star characters, but now they will have their own distinguishable and suitable epic aura in the character wheels and other areas of the game. I'll show you this in a moment once we read through this entire post, but it is very purple. The next part, it says S-Class characters will have a purple rarity stars. To follow suit with the aura upgrade, the rarity stars of S-Class characters will now also be purple instead of orange like the 6-star characters. So that's it for the S-Class visual upgrade, but the last one is more of a quality of life, something that's been requested for quite a long time. Basic token opens limit increase. The update will also include an increase to the maximum amount of basic tokens you can open in one go. Just a small quality of life upgrade there. We hope this visual upgrade will help elevate our S-Class characters and help them stand out from the crowd. Now when you're in game, this is what they look like. If you go into your roster, you can see they've now got purple stars for S-Class characters. They stand out quite obviously. It's pretty obvious when a character's an S-Class now, because yeah, purple stars. Now if you click on, let's say, a 6-star, you can see the aura around them. This sort of like background lighting is orange, but if you click on an S-Class, it is purple. Now it is a bit much in my opinion, just because it's on the S-Class symbol as well as the character. It's very purple, and in this case the purple is actually going over the over the top of the character, because Priya's leaning back a little bit. On other characters it's okay, for instance like Hengyan, he's leaning forward, you don't notice it as much, but it's very, very purple. I'm not sure of the color combination with like the greens and the oranges. It's going to take a little bit to get used to, because it's very different, but they're definitely going to stand out more. We'll check out how it looks in the rosters as well. So as you can see in your roster screen, you can see which characters are S-Class and which are not. For instance, in that top team I have a Mercer, and obviously I have a Princess, Angel, Ivanova and Wangfa. Before, you would not be able to distinguish which ones were 6 stars and which ones were S-Class. Now it's very obvious which ones are S-Class because of the purple stars. I think it did say there was meant to be a S-Class symbol here as well, but I don't see it, unless I was misunderstanding. I think there was meant to be an S-Class symbol here as well, but I guess not. Also, when you go into combat, you'll see an animation on the S-Class characters that will just be like dissipating a purple aura. If you look at my characters on the left hand side, you'll see they've just got this purple smoke around them, and then it disappears. This is what we saw with S-Class characters, where it was orange and disappears, but now it's going to be purple and it's going to disappear just like normal. Now there is something that they haven't fixed, in my opinion, that should be fixed. When you go to the actual edit team page, you can see the S-Class symbol is by the eye. It's just kind of weird that it's overlaid. Basically, they could put the S-Class symbol next to the level. They could put the S-Class symbol next to, I don't know, maybe underneath the damage dealer or support or something like that, just so it's not underneath this eye image. You can see me clicking on it with Princess, the S-Class symbol is under that. You can see it, but it's just, it's not great in my opinion, it being there. Also on Wheels, of course, they have got the S-Class characters and they do stand out a bit more. And it's the first character that rolls around, as you can see, but the odds are not going to be broken down seemingly by S-Class yet. They haven't announced anything like that, so we should probably have a different odds breakdown in terms of how likely we are to get the S-Class. I'm pretty sure we should have had that from the get-go. The second S-Classes were available to pull. I know it's only going to be like 0.1% or lower most likely, but it is a good idea that we actually know this. Transparency is always nice. Now lastly, a very basic quality of life improvement was made. 100 basic tokens, as you can see. You can pull it in one go. This was requested for a long time. Now, if you have a full roster, you'll still be able to pull 100 because obviously it pulls off wheels and stuff like that. It just goes straight into a roster. It isn't based on the amount of characters you've got in your roster. So you can just pull 100, click to skip, pull 100, click to skip, pull 100, click to skip. You cannot actually pull 10 anymore. You have to pull 100. I'm not really a big fan of that, if I'm honest. I'd like to be able to pull 10 if I only wanted to pull 10. I'd like to be able to pull 30 if I wanted to only pull 30. But now you can only pull 100. I mean, I guess. I mean, you probably shouldn't even be able to purchase from this wheel, because anyone who purchases from this wheel, A, is going to regret it. And B, it's kind of a trap. It's not beneficial to purchase from this wheel, and Scopely know this, every player knows this, and all it's going to do is put off new players. So in my opinion, you shouldn't even be able to purchase from this wheel. Just remove the purchasing options. You want people purchasing from your premier wheels anyway. You do not want people purchasing from your basic rewards. But otherwise, 100 pulls is nice, something that has been requested for a very, very long time. Next up is a change that it says it's limited time only in the image here, but the post goes on to say, like, going forward, we'll have to read through it, but there's going to be a change in how the odds work for first-time S-Class characters like Rosita, who's in the wheel right now, and reoccurring S-Class characters who are coming back onto the wheel, basically. And it says, for a limited time only, 2 times chances for brand new featured S-Class Recruits. For a limited time, we're making 2 exciting updates to the S-Class Recruits wheel. 2 times chances for brand new featured S-Class fighters. Your chances of acquiring the brand new featured S-Class fighter from the S-Class Recruits wheel will be doubled, giving you a greater chance of claiming it with each pull. Note, 2 times chances would only apply for brand new S-Class Recruits. If these featured fighters return in the future to S-Class Recruits, they will appear at normal chances. This update to brand new featured S-Class Recruits will be live with the launch of brand new S-Class Rosita at 5 PM Pacific on Thursday, March 19th. We already know this, we can see the odds in the game, but some people have questioned the returning characters that have come in. We've seen Mercer and now we've seen Lewis, and things are slightly changed there because they have changed how other parts of the pull system work as well. It goes on to say, new bonus open reward on returning featured S-Class fighters, featured S-Class collectibles. In response to your feedback and in order to help you top off your collections and claim that S-Class you've been working towards, every 20 opens on returning featured S-Class recruits, fighters will now reward a bonus of 200 S-Class collectibles of that returning featured S-Class fighter, limited to 6 times, so that's 120 pulls. Note, this new bonus open reward will replace the existing 100 open bonus where you get a 5-star ascendable on returning featured S-Class recruits only. Returning S-Class fighters are those fighters which have previously appeared as featured in S-Class recruits. So for instance, Rosita right now is featured. When she goes away and comes back, she'll have this new 20 opens, and then you'll get 200 of her S-Class items. Brand new fighters, for example S-Class Rosita, who appear in S-Class recruits for the first time, will continue to reward the 5-star ascendable version of the fighter as the 100 open bonus reward. This update to returning featured S-Class recruits will be live on Sunday, March 22nd. And we do see this in game right now. As you can see, Lewis gives 200 of his collection items if you pull 20 times. Same with Mercer. But whereas Rosita, is because it's the first time, you're going to get the 5-star ascendable. I think the reason they've changed this is because if you're a big puller, and you do a big pull right now for Rosita, you do like, let's say 130 pulls, you get a bunch of S-Class items, you get Rosita as the 5-star ascendable. In the 130 pulls that you do, you also get a 6-star. Now let's say she comes back, pretend this is Rosita coming back. What's the incentive of doing another 100 pulls, or like a certain amount of pulls? at least you can guarantee yourself a certain amount of collection items by going in. Now you're going to get less collection items than you would effectively that the 5-star ascendable costs, because 100 pulls would be a 5-star ascendable, which is 2,000 collection items, whereas now it's 100 pulls would be 1,000 collection items, but you can spend them however you want. You can claim a character or you can save it up for the S-Class. It's down to you at that point. So this is definitely benefiting people who pull massive amounts of characters on a regular basis. And lastly, we have got some region transfer news, as some regions are going to be opening before the next qualification period for War of Champions 3 starts up. So it says, here is our current status on wave transfers. All wave 1 regions are enabled for both outbound and inbound transfers until War of Champions 3 qualifiers begin. All other wave regions, except excluded regions below, are outbound enabled until War of Champions 3 qualifiers begin. When War of Champions 3 qualifiers begin, Wave 1A regions will become inbound only, while Wave 1B will remain inbound and outbound enabled. All others will remain outbound enabled. Following War of Champions 3, all waves will have the opportunity to transfer among or above their current wave, similar to post War of Champions 2 transfers. So basically this means that if you want to take part in War of Champions, you can transfer to Wave 1A. If you don't want to be in War of Champions, you can get out of Wave 1A into Wave 1B. Soon enough, you will not be able to transfer out of Wave 1A and only be able to transfer into it from any of the other 3 region types, Wave 1B, Wave 2, Wave 3, and eventually the wave transfers will just close once War of Champions 3 qualifiers begin. And then it will go back to the same thing that we had at the end of War of Champions 2, where you can transfer between regions. Now it says we are still working on finalizing the War of Champions qualifier dates, so we'll make sure to share more once we have more concrete info. Now there is a list of excluded regions, and here you go. I'm sure these regions will open up within time, but no details are really provided on why these regions are excluded. So when there's some more updates on region transfers, I'll let you guys know. Like I said, I do update my community tab fairly often with this stuff. I'm going to try and keep doing that. This is just a roundup with the other things that are coming with the visual update that you've seen. So that's the end of my video with regards to the update that is dropping in beta right now. I mean, it will come out to everyone soon enough. Do tell me your thoughts on the changes. The visual update may take a little time to get used to, like I said before, but do tell me what you think about the visual update, the changes to the pulls when it comes to featured first-time S-Class characters and returning S-Class characters, and are you going to still plan to transfer into a Wave 1 region to try and take part in War of Champions 3? Please let me know in the comments. That is the end of my video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.